Coach, great win tonight. Congratulations. But I know you're always looking for the next thing for your team to work on. There was a stretch where things got a little bit sloppy there. What was the message to the guys, knowing that they did get away with the W, but there were things that I imagine you wanted to clean up?
Growth and maturity. You got to keep, great teams know how to take care of business and finish the work they've started. These guys worked too hard to get to the point where we were, and all of a sudden we're fighting for rebounds, the same rebounds, and we're just making mistakes that do not reflect who we want to be.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you, Akil.
That's Andrew next.
Hey, Coach. Akil basically asked my question, but so I'll go on to Nick Stauskas. He seemed to be really patient early in the game, even though his shot wasn't falling early on. And I thought back to you when you said scouts, they know what to look for when they're watching someone. Is that something that you saw him throughout the game, that progression that he was going through?
I'll tell you what, man, one thing about Nick, first of all, I know he's a competitor, and then I hope people paying attention because he's one of our better defenders now. On the ball, off the ball, and you see him, his talk, he's been unbelievable. And offensively, he's just a responsible guy. When the game is on the line as a coach, as far as I'm concerned, I want to know who I can trust. And he's a guy we can trust on both ends of the floor. And, man, I hope somebody's paying attention because he's playing his butt off and he's growing.
Thanks, Coach. Congrats on the win.
Thank you.
That's Jason next.
Hey, Coach. Congrats on the win.
Thanks, Jason.
You hit on exactly what I wanted to ask about was trust, and you talked about this right from the beginning about selflessness, and I'm seeing it on the defensive end, especially after that first quarter. And you have a new guy in the game, and you've lost through three rotation guys really, but somehow the trust is growing. And what do you attribute that to? And again, is that something also? We talk a lot about the players, but the coaching staff really seems to have communicated what needs to be done, and the guys are buying in.
Well, so two things. I'll say this. Our players have been tremendous. We talk about our leadership, Nick Stauskas, talk about Gary Payton. We talk about, those guys, got the new guys, get them to understand, get them to understand our schemes, how we want things to be done. And they've just done an incredible job taking ownership of the team. This is our players. And then our staff has been tremendous, just being quiet shepherds, on the sides and preaching to these guys and showing them film and talking to them and just getting them ready. So our players and our staff have done a tremendous job there.
Thanks, Coach. We'll see you early tomorrow.
Thank you, Jason.
Go to Matt next.
Hi there, Coach. I want to touch on a couple of things, but most notably what you think about Dante after his first game with your club. I know he's got a big opportunity in front of him with a 10-day contract, and you said, it's a big test for him tonight. What did you see from him tonight, and what stands out to me is the 4 blocks?
Man, how hard he plays. How hard he plays. He's new to our program, but he understands our principles, setting screens and rolling to the basket and just knowing his role, not trying to do too much and just being such a force defensively. And all you guys know how important know how important rim protection is to us. And just him bringing that element to us is so refreshing.
And Coach, if I can just follow up on that, I know you said a couple of days ago that you weren't quite, you hadn't had any word with the Raptors about Malachi Flynn's status. So this is a forward-looking question. Considering that Kyle is now back and playing his usual big minutes, have you had any conversations about what the future looks like down the stretch for you with Malachi Flynn?
Matt, I'm probably very bad in that regard because I only coach the guys that I have in front of me. I don't care much who comes and who's, because I just feel like I owe it to these guys here to give it everything I have, and I'm not very good when I'm divided. So I don't know what's happening with Malachi. I just know we got these guys here, and they're ready to compete.
Well, that makes sense. Thank you, Coach.
Thanks, Matt.
Last two, Javon.
Coach, big win. Congrats tonight. You guys had allowed 32 points in the paint. I know that's been something that you've harped on over the last couple of games, sometimes giving up too much. There's been an improvement, obviously, a good game tonight there. Do you think that's attributed to the Danta's presence, or do you see improvements yourself from the defensive end?
Yeah, both. I think, honestly, I mentioned a few guys earlier, but, what we're trying to do now, Javon, is stop the ball in our first line of defense with our guards, and teams are going to shoot more threes against us as long as they contest it because of that rim protection problem. Now our guards are stopping the ball early, and the ball's going to be passed to their guys, and our effort will get us out there. And you've seen it with all of our guards. I mean, from Matt Morgan, Nick Stauskas, Gary Payton, all those guys were stopping the ball early and getting out and contesting. Plus, now you add a rim protector. I think good things will happen for us on the defensive end.
Appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
I'll end on Amy.
Hey, Coach, great game. I wanted to ask you two quick questions. I thought tonight you guys, your movement off ball was fantastic. You had a lot of cutters into the key, got a lot of just little dishes close to the rim. And I'm wondering, is that something that you guys have been maybe paying attention to in film on, or is it a chemistry issue, or is this just a trend you consider just continue going up on?
I'll tell you what, Amy, my answer may surprise you. Selflessness. When we defend well and we flow offensively, I don't know what it is about the game, but these guys are now willing to share the ball with each other. And when we're selfless like that, with the talent and the intellect we have on the court, man, we're hard to guard.
Yeah, it was nice to watch. With the 3 p.m. game tomorrow, obviously this is a flip that you haven't seen yet. And so is there anything you guys do different in terms of recovery, or is it just another game tomorrow?
Well, probably, drink a lot of water, eat well, sleep well, and then probably give them, trying to keep it as light as we can with them, and then get them as close to game time as possible. But I'm not anticipating us doing much before the game.